You know what? Why don't we move into that? And let's skip over
Okay,
Jozwiak and
we'll
let's
come
go
back
into
to that.
ticket
Yeah.
prices. I think that's a much easier transition.
Okay.
According to reports, and I don't have, I got a buddy who picked his up. He lives in Charlotte. I think it was around, I want to say 900. It was a long time ago I talked to him, but I should have reached out to him today and asked him, but that's on me. Um, Reports were coming out that season tickets were well over $1,000 a seat for the new stadium, as well as making fans buy personal seat licenses for another $550 or something like that. So you're looking at a $1,500 investment for season tickets to a team that can't score a goal. Again, week 2, right? For the game that they had 75,000 people at, the lowest price ticket you could get on the day was right about $100 for a single seat in the nosebleeds. Are we kidding? When you put all this stuff together, I think somebody had done calculations that there is not a single team in Europe's top 5 leagues that will charge you this much to go watch their team as a season ticket price. This team is coming into a league that does not draw the way that European leagues do, that American football, baseball, NBA. We don't have that draw where you're able to do that yet. So my first question is, what do you think? What is your initial reaction?
My initial reaction is the 75,000 is going to be fluff numbers for Charlotte because it's this new exciting thing in the town and there's a lot of hype surrounding it. So spending the money on one game, okay, it's not as big of a deal. But to pay $1,500 to watch this team for the full season, this team, the one that the manager doesn't want to be there and the team hasn't scored a goal yet all season. You're going to pay $1,500 to watch this. I mean, granted, I'm sure a lot of people paid prior to the start of the season, but I think if this is what they're going to continue to do in seasons going forward, they are screwed because people are if they continue to play the way that they have started this season, no way people are going to pay $1,500 again next season to watch this team. No way. Why would you? You'd be irresponsible with your money to do so.
You're telling me you wouldn't want to pay $1,500 to watch Brant Bronico run a single number 6 pivot for Charlotte FC?
I can't say that I would, to be honest with you.
um, my thoughts: outrageous, stupid, and unnecessary. I hate it. Period. Mm-hmm. That's it. I don't want to dive into it any farther because it's pure silliness, right? Everybody wants to compare to Europe. Even Europeans aren't making you pay that much to watch a team, right? Everton is not making you pay $1,500 to watch them get relegated. Easy stuff. And again, you're looking at a long-term process here, right? Like you mentioned, the 75K for the opening match, they usually cap it off at about 3,800 in the football stadium they're playing in. That's where they opened it at 75 for the opening match, but most games are going to be 3,800 or 38,000, excuse me. And I've got a little note here on average decreases that we see from expansion teams year after year, but you're not looking to make an MLS expansion team is not a business decision to make a quick buck. It's a long-term project if you're in it for the business side to make an investment in something that is supposed to grow in worth and value over 5, 10, 15 years, right? So if you buy in it, I think they bought in at 350 to 400 million. You're expecting in 10 years that franchise to be worth 800 million, so you can double your money. $1,500 season tickets is not doubling your money. It will cut it in half in a heartbeat. So owners, big swing and a miss. $75K for the opening match. We thought so. It was a good turnout, as you mentioned. Very nice to have the first day. Yeah, I was there. You can go down and say I was there when this team started. Right, have your pictures, see the team, crazy Efrain Alvarez goal, whatever. But we mentioned it's going to be capped at about 38,000 for the season. Do you think the number is somewhere around the 38,000 mark throughout the year?
It's hard to say that I can see them doing that, because if this team consistently doesn't play well, I feel like people will start to not want to go to games anymore. I think if you're a season ticket holder, you're obviously more likely to go to games because you've already paid for it. But if you're talking one-off game sales of tickets, I can't see why people would want to pay for that. They're not going to want to pay that insane amount of money to watch their team not play well when they could just do it at home. It's not like they have to just completely drop supporting the team because they can't go in person. They can still support the team in other ways while not breaking their bank to do so. And I don't think that the team has done enough to justify having this high of a price. I mean, I can't imagine anything they would do to justify this price, but the product that they have put on the field has certainly not made this even remotely worth the value.
So I just did a quick Google. Good friends at the Jujel. And they said they've sold over 20,000 season tickets already, which means that 20,000 people think that it's worth that price, whatever. They're aiming to get 30,000 people to every game that they have. And for year one, I think they do it because they're new, they're exciting, they're fresh off the street, right? The product doesn't matter because, it's a fun thing to do on the weekend, right? I've got these tickets, I've already purchased them, gonna go no matter what, and we'll figure out what we're doing after the game, right? My worry is the year after. And here's why. I like to use New York City and Orlando as my expansion hype die-off team for my examples. That's right about the year where you saw a big uptick in MLS interest, right? You started having a lot more teams spend on a lot better players. So I like to use that as my reference point. After 4 years, each team has seen at least a 30% decrease in average attendance. After the first year, it was 5%. I want to ask you, will Charlotte's 1 year decrease be more than 5, less than 5, or right about 5? And do you think their 4 year decrease will be around that 30% mark? And I'll run some numbers for you while you think about it so you can get
I think that it will be more than 5%, because I think the situation is a little bit different than those two in that the ticket prices are so high. So unless they lower the ticket prices to be something more reasonable, then I can't see them holding consistent on their attendance. I think that it would certainly drop if they kept the ticket prices around the same, because I want to say that, if they actually have sold more than 20,000 season tickets, my thinking is majority of those people were people who didn't have really any experience with soccer prior to them getting a local team, and they said, okay, maybe this is my opportunity to get more involved in the sport. I don't know anything about it. I'm going to buy a season ticket for it though, because this is like fun and exciting and I want to get involved in it. They didn't know ahead of time, like based on the roster that they were building and everything leading up to it, that this team was going to suck. and now they can see after the first season, you don't have to be a soccer expert to see that the team is not exciting and they are not performing well. And that the ticket is not going to be worth the cost because, you can only get so much excitement going to the game watching your team lose majority of the time. At some point, it's just demoralizing. It's not fun, and I'm not going to pay $1,500 to go be sad. To put it generally speaking.
To put it generously. So just in general, right? A 5% decrease from if they sold out every game at 38,000 would be right about 36,000. I think that's probably where you see them finish this year. 95% sellout rate. A 30% drop off is 26,600 from the 38,000, which is right about where the cutoff is between. Oh, did I close the? I had it up.
You melon.
I'm a melon head. I closed it. I had a really good website on season tickets right now, but 26,000 is. Oh wait. Oh, I have the Excel book open. Let's go. Pre-COVID, 26,000 would put them at FCC, right above LA Galaxy, LAFC, Orlando, Portland, and TFC. It'd put them in that range. That feels more likely to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, how quickly they drop to that point is going to be massive. It took. All right, so New York City went from 6% in their first year to 23% the year after that. Then they went up to about 20% less than 2015. Then now in 2019, they were down to 27.25%. Orlando went 4.5%, down to 23, down to 27, down to 30. How quickly they jump between 5 and 30 is going to be massive for this team. I think there is a ton of potential for the Charlotte team to be successful. You've got a subpar basketball team, a subpar football team, and a relatively decent hockey team. Yeah, they're top of the East. A good hockey team. But there is massive potential here because I know very few people who are hockey fans and soccer fans. You are either one or the other. I enjoy both, but I will watch soccer all day over hockey. I've got friends who will watch hockey all day over soccer, whatever. There's massive potential here if they can get it right. And even if they take a 30% dive off after 4 years, if they can go from 38 to 35 to 33 to 30 to 26 instead of 38 to 36 to 26, that'll still be massive because you give yourself that opportunity to continue to grow with a massive fan base in front of you. 26 is still a very good number. Don't get me wrong. My worry is that with the ticket prices, it drops far below that. It goes to like 20. That's half your attendance, and that's just not great. So
I got faith they'll fix the ticket prices, and if they get a good product on the field, I mean, we see 75,000. The potential is there for this team to have crazy support.
Let me ask you one more thing that I didn't put in our notes off the top of your head.
Yeah.
Let's say they choose not to change their ticket prices and they continue to see the level that they have right now. They continue to sell out all the time, no matter what. Sell 20,000 season tickets a season. Casuals come in, fill the rest of them. Do you think we see a change in the MLS ticket structure where tickets start to skyrocket? I mean, I remember I went to a game just a few years ago on a Wednesday night for like $12. It was great. Awful soccer, empty stadium, but it was great. I had a great time.
Here's what I'd tell you. I would tell you I'm gonna pick up and I'm gonna go move to Charlotte because I would love to have that kind of throwaway money to go drop $1,500 and burn it in fire.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I don't think it would change the structure though, because some of these teams struggle enough as is. They can't afford to do that.
That's exactly where I was going with it. I can't see it. My worry is that this is the first step towards phasing those types of teams out. That's my worry. My worry is that you're going to start making it all about the uber rich, and your casual, college kid is not going to get to go experience it, and you're not going to grow your league, right? This whole thing is supposed to be about growing the league. Expansion team is supposed to give a new area of the country a team to support and a reason to follow the league. But if you're pricing them out of live games, you're not growing anything.
Pay to play just became pay to watch.
Yeah, terrifying.